project accountant role, often experience can be more important than qualifications. But what I would be looking for in terms of qualifications is something that's business relevant and something that would give them a good grounding. So my preferred qualification would probably be CIMA in this area because it is a business relevant accounting qualification. And usually people that are studying CIMA have been working within business rather than, say, practice or other less commercial environment, shall we say.
This is going to be really specific to the project, so it's difficult to give a broad answer. I think experience is equally as important on projects as qualifications, and that's driven really because there's no time to learn on the job, on the project work often. So someone with a relevant experience might be much more useful than someone with no experience but who has an accounting qualification.
I think this really is, for me, the project accountant would be representing the finance community probably in a wider business conversation. So, not necessarily just all finance folks, there would be, across the business. So this person, I think, would need to be qualified in terms of, probably technical accounting, what can and can't you do when it comes to accounting for how a project might run. So I think you need 100% solid on the sort of the technical aspects of how you might account for a project. And then probably then your role is going to be quite heavily involved in creating some form of a forecast spreadsheet or template or model of some sort. So a strong ability to create probably something in Excel, but there's plenty of other sort of packages out there. Sort of system technical ability to create something that is a flexible model and can produce sort of what if type scenarios, I think would be very important as well.
Yeah, well, I'm an ACA myself, but I hate to say it, I probably wouldn't be looking for an ACA qualification for a project accountant. I'd be looking for someone who's perhaps gone down the CIMA or the ACCA route and has had their finance training within business rather than an audit practice. I think there's a different mindset that gets developed with the different training routes, and someone who's qualified in the business will be closer to the business and the business problems, and that's what a project accountant needs to be able to do.
Qualifications for a project accountant can be a number of CCAB bodies. It really depends on the type of industry they're going into. If it's into the public, then I would say they would need a CIFA qualification. If they're going into the private industry, then the choice is either an ACCA qualification, a CIMA, or they could have an ACA because they could have come out of practice moving into industry. It does happen. You do see people coming out of practice into industry quite regularly.
Well, if they were joining as part of a project accounting team, then I would look for general accounting experience and qualifications. If it was a sole role, then previous experience in project accounting would be essential. Qualification-wise, a minimum of CIMA.